Hi everyone!
Hello everyone.
My name's Mrs. B. What's your name? And this is my 3-year-old, she's just turned 3, my little girl named Delilah. And today we did an art activity that helped Delilah learn about some letters. Now, I haven't done a lot of literacy with Delilah yet, so this was very much an introduction, but some really hands-on, tactile, fun kind of lessons that engaged really little ones with learning all about letters A, B, and C. Like and subscribe. Here are all my socials as well, guys. I am obviously here on YouTube. Make sure that you subscribe because I will create 2 new videos a week for you. I also have an Instagram, a personal art page, as well as a Art Life page. And on Facebook, you can find me at Art Life Art Lessons. These are some really great places to get in touch with me, maybe send me some photos or tag me in some of your creations or some ways that you've had a go with using my lessons. What's another one? The things you'll need for this literacy-inspired task today are, well, firstly you need some paper. Paper. You can use some paint. Now obviously this is sort of directed toward the younger year levels, so if you prefer something less messy, you can always adapt the paint for something a little bit less messy, like pastels or crayons or things like that. So you can adapt what I'm doing. I'm obviously only working with one child. If you've got more than one child at home or in the classroom, you might choose to not work with paint and use something different. For a task, I'm going to use some buttons today, but you could also use anything really, like pom-poms, anything small and tactile. We just don't want them to put them in the mouths, obviously. So gather some materials and we're going to get started with A, B, and C. Sound good? Yeah, let's do it. You got the hiccups. In this lesson today, Delilah and I learned about the letters A. You say A. B. B.
B.
And C.
C.
And C. So, firstly we had to go at A. B. Then we learned about C. A C, a little caterpillar. Nom, nom, nom,
Thanks, Mom. Oh, thanks, Mom.
You're welcome. Sweetie, do you know what this letter is?
Yes,
What is it?
I can't remember.
That's okay, we're learning about it today. So the first letter we're going to start with today is the letter A. Excellent! And so that you can try to remember the letter A, I'm going to get something ready over here for the letter A. And while you're waiting, what you can do is put some buttons on the lines. Can you do that for me? Grab some buttons and you can put them along the letter A. So while Delilah is doing her letter A over there, what I'm going to get you guys to do as the parents or the teachers is to create the letter A for Delilah or your students to do their artwork on top of. So, looking good, keep going. Now you might prefer to do this in a pencil, but obviously I want to be able to show you what I'm doing, so I'm going to do it in a texter today as carefully as I can. So on a piece of A4 paper, what I'd like you to do is try to create a nice big A. Now you can do a capital A, or you can do a lowercase a, which is what I'm doing today. But we want to try to make it pretty big. Now it doesn't need to be perfect, it's really just a guideline for you. You'll be cutting it out after.
Ta-da!
There we go, the letter A.
Ta-da-da-da.
Looking good. Keep going.
Ta-da.
So now what I'm going to do is cut my apple in half like this. So you can see the middle of it there. So now the child has 2 stampers to work with an apple. And I'm going to squeeze out.
Ta-da.
Looking good. Sorry. Now I'm going to squeeze out some yellow and some red paint. Those are 2 colours that will mix nicely. They'll turn into orange if they get sort of mixed together. And I'm going to get my daughter to have a go at stamping some apples onto her letter A. So help her to associate the sound A and a word that starts with the letter A by creating an artwork.
Apple, Mom.
Yeah. A is for apple.
It looks poo-poo monkey.
And some red.
Go.
Oh. So now what we're going to do for our A is use our apple. Have a look, Lila. And we're going to dab, stamp, and you can now, I'll show you, and then you can have a go. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh. So you can put your apple in the paint and then swish it around a little bit, and you can dab it onto the letter A, because A is for apple. A is for?
Apple.
Good girl. Have a go at stamp here inside the A. Stamp. The paint's already on it for now. Oh, and lift it up. Ooh, good job. Okay, go again. Yay! Oh, that's so fun. Go again. Lift it. Yeah! Oh, it looks
And
amazing.
more.
A is for?
Delilah.
No. A is for?
Apple.
Apple. Well done. So hopefully a task like this gives them the experience and the tactile kind of memory of associating the letter A with an apple and the sound of an
What's
A.
that big apple?
And you can keep going as long as you want. We're going to stop now and move to the letter B. So allow this to dry and we'll do something else with it at the other end. All right, so sweetie, now we're going to do the letter B.
Yeah, B.
There we go. Can you say B?
Baby.
B. So while I'm getting your B artwork ready, you can put the buttons, button, on the B's.
That is baby.
Okay, for the B artwork today, all you need is some scissors. And I'm going to cut out of a black piece of paper today a nice, large,
Button baby.
lowercase b. I need to snip the middle like that. Okay, and we're going to turn our B into...
That's baby.
Yeah, B, it is a bee, isn't it? We're going to turn our little bee into a buzzy bee.
The buzzy
What sound does a buzzy bee make? Do you know what it is? No, he goes buzz, 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 buzz. And do you know that bees, well, they look like this, don't they? They have stripes on them. I'd like you to have a go at turning this into a bee by drawing some yellow lines. Can you have a go at doing that? Yeah, good girl. Yay, some lines. Might also be a different kind of task what you could do. You can cut some yellow strips for them and they can have a go at gluing. They can have a go at gluing on some yellow strips instead of drawing them, or as well as drawing them. Here you go, Lila. Would you like some glue?
Yes.
Okay, sweetie.
Yes.
You put the glue on the back. Glue, glue. And then you pop it down for our stripy bee. Okay, there you go. You can add stripes to our stripy buzzy bee. Good. What we need to do now, I've created a big B, haven't I? Look, B, big B, capital B, and a little b. And now I'm just going to put a bit of glue, look, and give the buzzy bee some wings. Ah, isn't that cute? There's always things that you can continue to add to each activity. So I always love for students to really take pride in their artworks and not just move on to the next thing. And I always say to them, what can you add? So even at this young age when their attention span's really quite minimal, that's why it's a good idea to sort of have other things at your disposal. That's why I had the buttons for her to play with while I was getting things organised. And then now she's finished with her cutting and pasting of the stripes, but she can always add some glitter glue to add even more specialness, look, to your buzzy bee. Would you like to have a go at that?
Yeah.
And then at the end, what you can do is glue some pom-poms to the antlers there if you like, sweetie. Okay. Would you like me to cut this up for you to eat it?
We're done.
All done with this one?
We're done that one.
Okay, all done with, what's this letter?
B.
Good girl, a B. Okay, let's buzz off. He's gonna buzz off, buzz, buzz, buzz. He'll dry over here, and we're gonna move on to the next one, Lila. This is a C. Can you say C?
C.
C, you've got a mouthful of apple. C. All right,
C.
there you go. You can write C with buttons. There you go, while I'm preparing this. Now, this C activity, I'm just going to do A, B, C today. That's all we really have time for. But if you're really enjoying these lessons, you find them valuable for your little ones, please let me know and I'll come up with D, E, F, you know, the rest of the alphabet. If you like them, just let me know in the comments. Anyway, for C, again, you can just use paper and you could cut a C out of paper, but I had a paper plate lying around, and this is a really good lesson for the kids. Look, Lila.
Yeah.
Look what I've made. Oh, check it out. Yeah, I did. I cut it. I cut my paper in half, and then look, I'm going to cut a little bit more. What have I made with my paper plate? So a C is just half a circle, which also starts with C. So what we're going to do now is turn this C. Can you put your finger over like this? C. Good. We're going to turn a C, a K, into a caterpillar. Yeah, so all we need to do now, we can literally decorate this with whatever you have. If you have paper, if you have textures, if you're really wanting sort of a mess-free day, or you could just use whatever you already have out. Lila's just going to play with some of the stuff we've already got out, and then I'll show you how to turn it into a caterpillar. While they're doing that, all you need to do is cut a circle. I really suggest you invest in some handmade collage shapes by Zart. Again, I'll put a link down below, because these are already cut out pieces of paper just with scraps, you know, rather than it going into the recycle bin or anything. Now I've got some really cool already made shapes that Lila can just stick directly onto her wet paint, and it'll make her artwork look awesome, and she'll absolutely love it. Awesome. All right, so that's a very beautiful collaged C. And now to turn it into a caterpillar, we just need to put a smiley face on this circle. Would you like to try and draw a smiley face?
Nose.
Yeah?
Nose.
Oh, cute. He's a caterpillar. But first, I'm going to cut this straw. You can just use paper if you prefer, but I
Why
just have...
not showing?
I'll show you. Thank you. Well done. I'm going to stick that down. He's a caterpillar. Oh, so a C is a K. A caterpillar. Caterpillar. All right. So today, you know, we've adapted sort of what I was originally going to do a little bit. You know, this was originally just going to be drawing, but I thought I had the paint out anyway, so we made it a painting and a collage. It's completely up to you. I guess I just wanted to give you a bit of an idea of where to get started with stuff like this and turning art into literacy, or literacy into art, really. And the very basics of letter recognition, sound recognition for the littlest little learners out there. After they're dry, I'll put them up so that Delilah can have a look at them and start to recognise the shapes. So the A, B and C, and then obviously we'll try and move on from A, B, C as she gets older. It's as simple as that. It is, and it was really so much fun for quite an energetic 3-year-old. She doesn't normally sit still very long at all, as you could probably tell, but these 3 activities really engaged her, not only in some art and some fine motor skills, but the beginnings of some literacy and word recognition. I really hope you've enjoyed the lesson today. Please let me know if you'd like to see the rest of the alphabet, and I can come up with some ideas for you and for Delilah too. Have an awesome day. We'll see you next time. Bye.